Kangwa. I grew up amongst 6 boys. So my father was a bishop in the Baptist church. And there were so many things that I observed as I was growing up in that family. And it is those things that helped me to develop the passion, for me to be who I am today. So I have founded Women in the Marketplace Foundation, which is an organization that helps women to become captains of industry. I'm also the CEO and principal consultant for Project Life Design, where we help companies, we help individuals to develop themselves into companies, help SMEs to create their brands to become international brands. And when they become international brands, we also help to connect them with other companies by creating trade missions. That is basically what Project Life Design does. I've also founded Gifted Hands Academy, where we help especially youths to come up with skills, those inherent gifts that they are born with, but develop those inherent gifts in order for them not to just look for employment, but being able to understand that that inherent gift will actually pay them back if only they can add a bit of value to it, expertise, in order for them to actually come up and become their best in the industry. Through these organizations, Project Life Design, Women in the Marketplace Foundation, and Gifted Hands, I've been moving from community to community, covering especially southern part of Africa, helping women especially and youths to become captains of industry. This is the reason why in 2019, I was awarded a 2019 Chairwoman Award by the United Nations because of the work that I've been doing across the globe, especially in the area of developing women. These things have happened, I think, for over 20 years. That is why it is important for us to believe that when you start doing something, the world is observing, and indeed the future is bright. The things that we've been doing, especially what Dana Enwezo has come up with, I would really love to say thank you to this initiative that you have come up with. Founder of Africa Hair Summit. It is an amazing platform that you've created, especially this year where the theme is really speaking into the theme that we are celebrating Women's Day, the business of beauty, mitigating the effects of the pandemic. It's really in relation with the theme for the International Women's Day, which is Women in Leadership, Achieving an Eco-Future, especially in this world of COVID. These themes are really intertwined, and with the platform that you've created, we are believing that awareness is going to get into people's lives so that we can speak the same language. Happy Women's Day to every woman out there. Yeah, for us to talk about the beauty of women and the theme for this year, Women in Leadership, and how that we need eco-future, for women, we need to just look at the statistics of what is really happening. Do you know that women, we make about 49.6% of the population? But you'll be surprised that out of this, percentage, only 10 countries have got female leaders in State House. Yes, 10 countries have got female leaders in State House. And also there's about, I think, 13 countries where they've got 13 women in government. In other words, at least they can make some policies and all that. But we've got, statistics that are really changing. We've got one country in Africa, Rwanda. Congratulations to Rwanda, because at least they've got about 61% of women representation in cabinet. Now, when you look at these statistics and the population, it's not matching up. Question is why? Why is it that we are still lagging behind? I think based on the testimony that I gave to you, growing up as the only girl amongst 6 boys, there were a lot of things that I observed that men do. So we won't just go ahead to say, okay, we want to be in leadership. I think there are a number of things that we need to really deal with and talk about. Growing up in that family, I observed a lot of women going in marriage not knowing what they're supposed to do. And so they got occupied with marriage issues and how the husband did this and how the other husband did this. So growing up as a young girl, this is why I'm so passionate in helping women to become captains of industry, because when you've developed your inherent gift and you've built your brand, do you know that there are so many issues that you'll be able to deal with without actually being emotional or using emotions and being beaten? Those are things, a lot of abuse that was taking place, I realized it was as a result of a woman not understanding who she is and having a voice in the nation. This is the reason why, as women, before we can even go ahead to get into leadership, there are a number of things we actually need to deal with ourselves, because we've got to push this agenda. How are we going to talk about beauty as women, or to develop ourselves as SMEs, to develop manufacturing industries to do with beauty, when we've got few people in cabinet representing us? Because when it comes to policy making, we need fellow women to get into that place. This is why I'm a destiny rescuer. I help women to grow their brand. Those who need to be into politics, I help them to raise their voices. I help them to create their brand so that their voice is heard. We need more women in decision-making positions, because if it comes to policy making, if we have 99% who are making policies and they are men, do you think they will look at hair? Do you think they're going to pass policies that are going to encourage beauty industry? The answer is no. So this is why we need to develop ourselves. We have a lot of women in the community, a lot of women in the marketplace, but we need to push ourselves into getting into politics so that we can help to pass this agenda. And also when it comes to the import and taxes that are taxed on most of these beauty products, you find that who is making those laws? Okay, there are so many bad chemicals that come with all these things, but yet you will see that these things are just going to pass through the borders. They're just going to come because there are no strong laws that have to protect human beings. And you find that hair will come, cosmetics will come, and there's nothing much that has been done to check the content of those things. So we find women losing their hair. We find women, changing their faces and getting burnt because there are no laws. We need many women to participate. This is the reason why the theme for this year for Women's Day is so powerful. We need more women, especially in this era, which is the COVID era. We need more women to arise and be counted, but more also to participate in politics. Politics are not dirty. It is when you refuse to get in there and other people who have no voice, who don't have the intellectual capacity, you allow them to lead you. That is why they become dirty. So we need a lot of women to arise and become that which they're supposed to become, and begin to defend the cause of the voiceless, the cause of the people that cannot speak on themselves. I think these are some of the things we actually need to look at. And also when it comes to manufacturing industry, you will see that there are a lot of young people, a lot of youths who are coming up with ideas on how to go natural, how to grow these fruits, avocados and all that. But do you know that they are just ending up in places where their voices can't be heard? They can grow coconut. They've learned how to mix all these blends together so that we can come up with our own hair products. But you know what? With a little naira, there's nowhere you can take it. You cannot take it anywhere if you do not have any capacity, to grow your brand. So you find that there are so many people who have come up with ideas on how to come up with natural pomades, natural hair conditioning, natural hair shampoos, but they are loitering in the communities, in the villages, because there's no one to anchor them. This is the reason why, as women, because we understand beauty, we understand what it is that we want to bring out from ourselves, We need to cultivate this. We need to promote the SMEs, because most of these natural hair pomades, natural hair products are too expensive. And in this COVID era, we haven't been spared. The hair industry has not been spared. As you know, it is a contact type of industry. You need a customer to walk up into your store. You need a customer to come into your salon for you to do their hair. But in this era, we have woken up. Even if there's been a lot of bad things that have happened, but I've seen that the hair industry has also picked up because we have gone the natural route. Especially that we haven't been able to go to the salons. Many women are working from home. And so you find that because you are in the home environment, you've got to take care of your own hair. And so as a result, there's been this realization. As you know, it is all voices that told us, oh, when you straighten your hair, that is how you look more beautiful. When we relax it, that's when you look more beautiful, because your natural African hair is not good. Voices taught us. But you know what? We are waking up to the real deal. Our natural hair is beautiful. And therefore, we need natural pomades. We need natural conditioning. We need these products that are hiding. A lot of people are doing them. I know a lot of youths that have come up with these ideas. But you know what? They've been just doing it in wrong containers, because they cannot increase, they cannot expand their capacity. Hence the reason why we need to develop policies that will promote such type of industry. And let me tell you, no man will think about your hair in parliament. We need women who will get in there to go think about you, so that we can be developed in this industry. It's a powerful industry, and it's $1 billion industry, because every person wants to look beautiful. But we need these products that can actually bring health to our hair. Not all these products that are causing a lot of chemical reaction, cancers and all that. Why? Because we are depending from the outside world. Well, through these lockdowns, I think we've learned a lot, because as we've gone through lockdowns, we've realized that we need to actually look after ourselves. We have a lot within us. And I'm praying that during this day, as we are celebrating today as an International Women's Day, we will wake up to the sound, because the platform has been leveled. The button has been reset. We need to play this game together. And the hair industry is one thing that I would love to encourage many women to get into. We need to promote our own brands. We need to promote these young people that are upcoming with these ideas. It's not everything that is imported that is the best. It is not everything that comes outside, Nigeria, outside Zambia, outside Africa, that is the best. We need to believe and trust in our own products. We can grow our own avos. We can grow coconut. We can grow, this gel, aloe vera. We can do all those things, and we can come up with so many things that can actually change our status quo. And so in so saying, I would love to encourage every woman out there. You are beautiful in the way you look. You are beautiful with that natural look. Let's help one another. Let's empower one another. Let's vote one another into decision-making positions in order for us to have a voice. We cannot have that little percentage being represented when we are 49.6% in population. We've got to support one another as women. Happy Women's Day to all of you, beautiful woman, natural beautiful woman, African woman. Much love. So as we're celebrating this powerful day, I think I would love to also age, the government. I would want to age women who are empowered, other people are empowered, to actually pour into research, because the reason why the hair industry is really lagging behind, especially with natural products, we are lacking in that area. We need to pour into research so that we can understand, what does these products do? What do these products bring out? The reason why most of the hairs of Africans is wasted away, the chemicals and all those things begin to go wrong in the beauty industry, is because not much has been poured into research. So I would love to urge most of the people that are getting into this industry to really go large into research so that the products can be viable, the products can be bought into. You need to think big. Okay, so in talking about developing ourselves into big brands and the hair industry becoming big, we have talked about support from government. But let's assume the way it has been, we haven't gotten enough support from government. We haven't gotten enough support from people who can give grants, because most of these people are men, okay? They are men. So just in case these people aren't coming to your aid, I think there are things that I would love every woman to understand that you can do. You need to start developing your own brand. Remember, what COVID has done is that as much as we've lost a lot of our beloved ones, and it has really restricted us from doing a number of things, but we have developed ourselves to understand the virtual space. In the virtual space, you've got to be present. Whatever it is that you're doing, however small, you need to find a mentor, find a coach who can help you develop your brand, stretch your brand so that you can increase the capacity so that your voice can be heard. You need to get onto social media platforms. Social media platforms aren't just there for you to pose that you're looking good or you're wearing a nice dress, you've done a beautiful hairdo. No. Social media platform, it is for you to advertise your services and your products. Google needs to know your name. In order for you to grow that brand, in order for you to develop into that industry, especially the beauty industry and natural hair industry, we need to speak large. We need to go on Facebook. We need to go Instagram, Twitter. We need to go on LinkedIn. You need to be found on Google, because in the international market, your name must show up. Your business must show up. And so we need a lot of us Africans to understand the power of the virtual space. We cannot remain blaming the government because of internet. Internet is very expensive, and then internet keeps dropping and so many things. As much as these things are there, you still have to keep pushing yourself, because if we have to get into leadership, or something has to be done, when your name has been Googled, when we place your name on Google, will Google know your name? Will Google bring you up? What is going to happen to your brand, your business? You cannot post about your business 2 months. 2 months ago, that is when you said something about your business. But yet you spend so much time watching other people doing things on social media platform. So this is another area, as we are celebrating this powerful day. Please, whatever you're doing, especially this new thing that is coming, where a lot of women now, they want to go natural. What has happened is that we've even become more beautiful, because as we've been steaming, I can't remember when I last steamed my face because of my busy schedule. But because of COVID, I found myself every evening steaming, my face, and I start glowing because of that. So we are getting into our natural things, the eucalyptus and all those things. A lot of things have gone well, even when so much has gone bad when it comes to COVID. But for this particular platform, African Hair Summit, this platform need to be promoted. We need to develop more awareness to people, for people to understand what most of these wrong products do. We need more information on social media platforms. We need more information on what we need to do so that we can support one another. The reason why you find that people will buy Coca-Cola, it is because Coca-Cola, they are always innovating. They are always innovative. They bring in this advert, they bring the other advert. But how many times are we advertising the beautiful things that we believe in? How many times are we going on social media platforms, on internet, to do live broadcasts, to talk about the beauty of us going natural, helping one another, developing within our one another, and bringing about these brands to international levels? We are not going to remain complaining how that that we are not getting into leadership, complaining how that we are not buying from one another, when your packaging is wrong. So you need to learn all these things: packaging, how to reach out the customers, marketing. So you don't have to wait to have a lot of money for you to market. You have social media platforms that you can use. You may not need a lot of money to do some of the things that you need to do. So utilize what is within your means. We cannot remain blaming government, complaining about government. There are things we can do within our means, things we can do within ourselves. And if we can do that, we will find ourselves thriving in this new era of COVID-19. But it's also a global village, an international virtual space where you need to find yourself. And so from me to you, happy Women's Day. It is an important day, and please let your voice be heard. Have a blessed day. Shalom.